I was successful, um, and continue to be successful because I think that's the key. You get to a point where you're at that level where you've always dreamed of, and then you coast after that. You ride the wave of what you've accomplished rather than what you are setting out to accomplish, if that makes any sense.
I think you would have been successful even if your dad gave you praise because I think it's just in your DNA. That's my assumption. I could be wrong, but I'm
I,
gonna
I agree with you, but I'm glad I don't have to find out. What's happened has happened.
what I like about you, Brad, is we prep a little bit beforehand with questions. I threw you some audibles, and it's just like a real game. You're like, David, we didn't talk about these things, and you just ebb and flow with it. So that's one of the big things I like. Our first thing that I wanted to talk about, and today we'll go over a few things, including college football play and a few of the NFL quarterbacks and some pretty a great Hail Mary question, but the first one is the JUCO coach from Lane College, John Beam, who was featured on Netflix's Last You, was murdered on the campus, and he was a football coach. They won the national championship. He had a really good relationship with his players, and he was murdered on campus. And I just want to say, this is my home state. As you know, I'm from San Diego. I got out of California, right? Because of everything that was going on. It's mind boggling that a head coach would be murdered on campus. And what were your thoughts on this?
Much like my thought on the school shootings and attempted assassination of President Trump, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, just so sad. It's so uncalled for. And it seems like it's gotten worse. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's that publicity is, you know, I mean, it's in the palm of your hand with your phone. I mean, you get instantaneous news, something you didn't get back when I was growing up in the 80s and
No, you're right. The stats back you up. The statistics show crime is up, especially since they're defunding the police, especially in states like California. I mean, small businesses got shut down. So your assumption is right.
yeah, it's just a sad deal, whether it be this junior college coach or the young man we talked about with the Cowboys who committed suicide. So uncalled for. And you end up ruining not only the person's life that you take, or, in the case of the Dallas Cowboy taking his own life, you affect so many other people when you do something like that. And, I don't know if it's a a crisis of mental issues or social issues or what, but somehow I know one issue, that a major issue more than anything, is if we all had Jesus Christ in our life, we would not only would we have a lot more peace. By no means does it mean you're going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes, but I think we would see a lot less of the issues that we see today when we have a strong faith. And I know, you're a strong Christian, and you would agree with me. I think if everyone would interject Jesus Christ into their life, again, I think the misconception, in fact, I'm certain that the misconception is you become a Christian, you become perfect, when it's totally the opposite. You become a Christian and your faith becomes stronger and stronger. The stronger it gets, the more stuff comes at you. And that would probably surprise people who don't have faith. I think that this world would do a lot better with Jesus Christ in their life. Just it's a travesty to hear that. It's just such a sad deal.